Little article from Zero Hedge for you, but I gotta say, every time I bring up this subject, can't help myself. Why in the hell are we printing money at interest? Why are we borrowing our own flipping money when we could just print it? The government can pay all its bills. There's no borrowing. There's no budget deficit. Nothing. They print the money they need. They use it. There's no need for taxing you and me. There's no need for any more property taxes, driver's license fees, toll roads. None of it. None of it. Well, here's a whopper for you. The U.S. spent a record $523 billion on debt, interest, just the interest, in fiscal year 2018. Earlier this week, when the U.S. closed fiscal 2018 on September 30th, we reported that U.S. gross national debt jumped by $84 billion on September 28th, the last business day of fiscal year 2018. With this last push higher, total gross national debt in fiscal 2018 rose by $1.271 trillion to an all-time high record of $21.52 trillion. What is more stunning is that only 6 months ago, on March 16th, it had for the first time risen above 21 trillion, while a year ago, at the end of September 2017, it was only 20.2 trillion. The reason for the soaring debt is, of course, the runaway U.S. budget deficit, which, while providing a temporary sugar rush to the U.S. economy, comes at a cost of explosive debt. As a reminder, 1 month ago, the CBO revised its forecast and now expects the deficit will approach $1 trillion by the end of this fiscal year, or 1 year sooner than disclosed in the CBO's most recent forecast. In April, the agency didn't expect the deficit to reach $1 trillion until the year 2020. All I think about is that Economist magazine cover. Phoenix, rising from the ashes of burned up dollars across the planet, different countries' dollars. Big gold medallion with a 0 and a line through it, like digital, 2018 on it. We'll pencil in the Phoenix coin right around 2018. Very interesting indeed. Many have asked if any of this actually matters in the grand scheme of things. Last week, Bloomberg published a piece titled "Skyrocketing Deficit? So What?" says New Washington Consensus, which explained that neither Republicans nor Democrats are bothered by the devastating long-term trajectory of U.S. debt, effectively making deficit hawks an extinct species. One reason why U.S. legislators no longer care about either the deficit or U.S. federal debt may be because deficits are supposed to trigger inflation and scare off bond investors. And while until recently the latter have been all but missing, a sharp repricing took place last week when, we discussed previously, 10-year yields soared in the last 3 days of the past week amid a vicious repricing of inflationary expectations, which led to a near record bond market rout, a surge in bond market volatility, and a sharp sell-off in stocks. There's a bit more to this article, but we spent $528 billion, $500 billion, on just the interest. Just the interest. Let me just take a little peek. How much does healthcare cost the U.S. each year? The real reason Medicaid care costs so much, healthcare spending, U.S. and other countries. Just curious if we can get a number here. 2016, the U.S. spent 17.8% of its gross domestic product, GDP, on healthcare. U.S. pays more for doctors, pharmaceuticals. What we got here? Come on. No data that I'm looking for. How much do we spend? I'd like to know that. We're definitely up high, topping the chart. I know that much, but what is it actually in the United States? Total health expenditures per capita, U.S. dollars, PPP adjusted, 2016 is $10,348. Where I was going with this, I'm like I sit here and wait, is I'm curious if that $523 billion would pay for everybody's flipping healthcare for free. Free healthcare. Like, I'm just trying to figure that one out. But don't have the actual stats in front of me. Not that it would matter anyways. The point is, why are we paying other people interest on our own effing money? I think Donald Trump will fix this at some point. I really do. Take care.